Hey guys, it's Charlie, and today is day 28 of my 30 videos in 30 days on working, teaching, and living abroad. So today's video is going to answer a subscriber question about dating while traveling. So sorry for the noise, there is a large truck to my left, and it's been here for the past, I'd say 30 to 40 minutes, and I've been waiting for it to leave so that I could record the video, but it's not leaving. So I think a lot of people have this question. I'm going to read you her message. I told her that I would do a video on it. That way I can answer the question for everyone. I know that people are really curious about my dating style and how I date, and I haven't really talked about this aspect of my ideal type of relationship. So I'm going to talk about that today while answering my subscriber's question. So first I'm going to read the question. I have been in a relationship for almost 3 years. It wasn't something I expected to happen. In fact, I never really planned to date, but it happened and I love him so much. The problem is, even in the beginning of our relationship, I knew I was going to travel one day, and that just isn't his dream. Is it possible to keep a relationship and still teach English for a year in South Korea or 2? And how can we continue to keep a strong relationship? And I really appreciate all of my subscribers taking the time to submit a question. So she also stated she knows I'm not an expert and she just really wants my opinion on this. So thank you for acknowledging that as well, because I think sometimes people think I'm an expert and I'm not. I'm still learning. So with that being said, I'm going to start with my first point, which is, if you want something or if you want to make it work, you will find a way to make it work. And this was my first thought when I read your question. And the funny thing is, the other day I posted a status. This is a quote from Jim Rohn. If you really want to do something, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. So my main answer to this question is yes, you can make it work, but the thing is that both of you need to want it to work. So if only one of you wants to make it work, then it's not going to work. This quote is really something that I believe and is a big philosophy of mine for my daily life, not only in relationships, but in my daily life. And I get a lot of subscribers asking me about traveling and things like that, and they always give me all of these excuses. And one of my quotes that I was talking to my mom one day, and I said, don't make excuses, find solutions. There's always a solution to your problem or a way to make it work, and if you only make excuses for them, you're never going to find a way to make it work. So start looking for solutions, and thank you for reaching out to me, because that's proof that you really want to make it work and you're not just trying to make excuses for them. So the thing is, you both have to make it work or want to make it work. So sit down with him, talk to him, tell him you want to make the relationship work and to find ways to make it work, and ask him if he wants to make it work while you're traveling, because this is something that you really want. You want to travel, but you also want to keep your relationship. So talk to him and communicate. The next thing is, taking time apart can be good for your relationship and your relationship with yourself. So this is a chance that you have to really evaluate your life, to really think about the things that you want in your life, not only in your relationship, but with yourself as well, and with the life you want to live. This is a great time because when you're away from that person that you spend so much time with, you get a chance to discover all of the things that you really want for yourself and in your life. Now, this is something that happened to me when traveling. I changed so much, I learned so much about myself, and I grew a lot more into myself and was able to really understand what I wanted from life. Usually this takes getting out of your comfort zone and getting out of the situation and away from the things that are normal to you and that you're used to. I also want to say congratulations on making it to 3 years. I want to say that it's really important that whatever stage in your relationship is, that you really evaluate what you want for yourself. Because a lot of times we try to cater to people and their needs. Hello. We try to cater to that aspect of the person that we're losing ourselves in the process. So getting away from the current relationship situation and the current life you live is a great way to step back and really look at the relationship in your life and really understand what you want. Because like you said, you want to travel and you don't know really right now if you want to travel for 1 year or 2 years. And this is going to allow you to really evaluate that and see if that's something you want for your life. It's better to do it now than wait when you're at your 5-year mark and then say, you know what, I'm ready to go, you know. So it's best to do it now than later. That way you can really evaluate what you really want. So this is a great opportunity to really dig deep. So the next thing is you might find that you love travel and teaching and you want to do it for more than a year or two. This is the thing about travel. It's amazing and it changes us, and we tend to find other reasons, more reasons to continue traveling. And it can become a really big passion, and for some people a big addiction. It's a great part of living life is that there are so many things to see, so many things to discover, and a thing that you have to realize in pursuing your love and your curiosity for travel is that you might fall deeply in love with it, and you have to be okay with that, because it's a part of growing deeper with yourself, is finding the passions that you like and, you know, the things that make you want to continue living. When you do go, you have to be open to the fact that you might not want to come back and you might want to just keep traveling. And the unfortunate thing with your specific situation is that you found someone that you love, but you found someone that doesn't have that same passion as you. And there's no problem with falling in love with someone who has different passions. This can be a great thing about falling in love, is that they don't have to have the same passions as you. The thing is, they need to be willing to grow with you on that journey, and if they're not, that's the time where you have to say your goodbyes, because your journey is your journey, and if someone isn't willing to support you in the process, you can't continue to try and change yourself to fit what their journey is. So keep in mind that when going on the journey, you kind of just have to be open to whatever happens, and sometimes that might mean falling in love with travel. I want to say that travel, real travel, changes us. And in the process of traveling, you're going to find that you're being changed by travel. And this was one of the beautiful things that I fell in love with travel, is that I fell in love with it because I changed with it. And as I learned more about other cultures and other ways of living, I was changed. And when you have someone who is staying in their home country, waiting for you to come back, you're being changed while they're probably staying the same or being changed in other ways. And it's hard to grow together sometimes when travel changes you, and when you're starting to see things from different perspectives. You might come home a completely different person, and this is something that happened to me. So remember that travel changes us, and we can't expect to come home the same person or to come home to the same person. So keep that in mind. A good relationship doesn't mean it has to last forever. So the thing is that good relationships don't have to last forever, and that's something that you have to realize. You have to accept the good in the relationship, the bad in the relationship, and the journey itself. And good things don't last forever, and bad things don't either. So that's the good, positive thing about relationships, is that they don't have to last forever, and finding the beauty in that is one of the things that makes relationships beautiful. You know, you can have a relationship that lasts a few months or a few years, and you don't have to put a label on the time frame being good or bad. So what you have to realize is the things that you learn during your relationship, the things that you taught the other person, and the experience in itself. The experience in itself is the reason that we're in this relationship. So this is one of the things that is really hard for a lot of people. And when you travel, you're going to meet a lot of people who go in and out of relationships, because when we're traveling, we're changing a lot, and with change comes more change. Good relationships are just that. They're good. You know, good ice cream is good and it ends, but it's okay, because we're going to find another good ice cream later on, and we're going to relish in the beauty. So the thing about this is, maybe you might have to take a break from your relationship, but you can always, if you come back to it and come back on similar terms or an agreement, you might be able to start again and start from a new point in your life. So, your puppy is so cute. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to talk about are some tips. And I just want you to keep in mind that it's okay to let things go. It's okay to let good things go and appreciate the good that it was, and the things that you were taught, and the things that you experienced. It's okay. I have a few tips for continuing your relationship if it's something you both agree to do. So this is the key. You both have to agree that it's something you want to continue while you're away. The first thing is communication. Communication is a really important thing, not only when you're traveling and you're away from your partner, but even when you're together. Communicate before you leave some of the things, some of the conditions, some of the things that you really want to continue to see grow in your relationship. Maybe you would like to make a vision board for some of the things that you want to see grow in your relationship in terms of communication, love, growth, and things like that. Vision boards are really great for this, to make sure that you're fulfilling what you have desired and what you have planted in your relationship. Ways to continue communication is through Skype. Skype, I have a video on this, it'll be in the description box, is a great way to communicate with someone abroad. Texting, there are tons of different free apps that you can get, you can download to text each other while you're abroad. Be sure to look those up. Mail, and by mail I mean internet mail as well as snail mail. 2 ways to keep your relationship up to date and fun is having 2 to 3 planned Skype dates. You both can set a table with food and things like that and have a Skype date and eat together or watch a movie together through Skype. Another way is snail mail. Snail mail is a great way to send each other I love yous and I'm thinking about you, and it shows up in the mail. It's a great surprise. Maybe you can send a gift when you see something that reminds you of him or her, and it's a great way to keep you guys interested and excited. The last thing that I'm going to mention is that there are many different types of relationships, one of which I am very interested in and that I pursue, which is an open relationship. Open relationships kind of have a really bad stigma and a really bad, sting to it when people think about it, but this is one of the things that I am polyamorous. I believe that there is an unlimited amount of love in the universe, and I know that people think that is a weird concept, but to me love is overflowing and love is abundant. And you might want to think about opening up your relationship if you're going to be long-term for a very long time, because you might meet someone that you're interested in abroad, or he might meet someone that he's interested in, but you both are still interested in each other. So if you guys are interested in this concept, please leave a comment and I'll share with you guys my thoughts on love and relationships and why I believe in open relationships. Thank you guys for watching.